Hi, this is Deborah Atkinson, the author of You Still Got It, Girl, the After 50 Fitness Formula for Women. I had a question the other day from one of the online course participants, and it's a great question. I've had it before, and so I want to bring it to you. The question is, what do I think about cycling carbs or cycling calories? So the question asked by the online participant was, what do I think about cycling calories? So here's my answer to that. Cycling calories can have all kinds of meaning. And for some people, it means, cycling them to have them in the morning, have fewer at lunch, and have almost none at night. That's an example of cycling them through the day. How about cycling through the week? On days when you exercise more, an increase of calories and probably carbohydrate as a part of that, depending on where and what kind of food preferences you have. And on days when you're less active, you're going to have fewer calories, fewer carbs. So my thoughts on that. Cycling calories during the day really depends on what's going on with your hormones. What are the signs and symptoms? What's going on with you? Are you optimal weight? Then I wouldn't worry about it because what you're doing is working. And you're probably asking that question because you're not. If you're not at optimal weight or energy, or you've got some belly fat, or you've got just some extra softness, and you're not seeing the tone and the lean that you really want to, then probably backing off of carbs is one of the things that you're thinking that'll target some of that, and you're right. The point though is it coming from cortisol? And when we know that, as I walk you through signs and symptoms in the course, you figure out which hormone it is that's causing the problem, then you know how to target it. So if in fact cortisol is your problem, as it is for many of us, or a part of it, we actually need a few of those carbohydrates at dinner to help us relax and calm at night, which helps us go to sleep. So on a mini scale, think about post-Thanksgiving dinner, right? Do you want a nap, or do you want to go out and play touch football? Now, maybe you want to go play touch football, but if you had a lot of carbs, you have the potatoes and the stuffing and the pumpkin and the pecan, you may be inclined to want a nap and a rest for a little bit after. So that same kind of feeling, although not that much food, not that kind of food, but a sweet potato, quinoa, brown rice, a little more carbohydrate at night is a way to cycle on behalf of your beloved cortisol and get it back on track. So in that kind of cycling, I would agree. Daily cycling according to your hormones is the way to go. Now there's a difference if it's other hormones. So don't hold me to that unless we know which hormone's bugging you. So second, during the course of a week, I like to think of it like this. So I have two schools of thought, and one is you create a body that has X amount of muscle, X amount of lean tissue, and you're active on some days, other days you're recovering. And if you're active and recovering and you only have about one rest day in between, you need about the same amount of calories and the same amount of protein for sure to reboot, repair, and replenish muscles so that you can hold on to that lean tissue. If you exercise quite a lot or heavily, maybe you're training for an event, or you exercise in the morning and in the afternoon, your body needs also to replenish some of that glycogen, so that you do need some carbohydrates. So you can't get by with none very easily. But be thinking about 24 hours after an intense workout, your body is still using some of that protein and additional protein. Your metabolism is still elevated, and if your metabolism is trying to burn calories at a faster rate, but you're giving it less, that doesn't mean weight loss. It actually means your metabolism will say, oh, I'm sorry, you want to slow down, and it will. So it's key that you listen to what are you doing. If your intense workouts are, say, late in the afternoon, then through the next day, you probably still need an elevated caloric intake. But if you have a couple of days rest between that third day, fewer calories if you're at rest or you're just doing something calming like a long, slow walk, or you're doing yoga, relaxation exercises, fewer calories is fine. Don't starve yourself. So still contain, or within your diet, you want contained a lot of protein. Adequate protein never changes, and a lot of fiber. So have a lot of vegetables, green, healthy, or leafy greens, so that you're staying full with the protein and fiber combination. So you should never go hungry, especially if you want to lose weight. It's totally counter to what you learned in the last 30 years, perhaps. That's my idea of cycling appropriately. So make sure you're taking care of your body and the exercise that you're doing. And if you're having great results, keep doing what you're doing. If you're not, take a change and a challenge for 3 weeks and try to stick with it, because it'll take a little time for your body to adapt to, okay, this is a new routine, this is a new cycle, and to change your metabolism in response to that. And that's what I have to say about cycling your calories or your carbs.